we are going to make an animated GIF, which is a moving picture that you create by creating one little thing per frame and then putting them all together to make a movie. Okay, this is how any kind of animation, so any Disney film that's animated, any cartoon, this is how they create them. One slide, one frame by frame. They add just a little bit to each one to make the animation. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a simple way. If you need more help, you can also click on this tutorial for help. So here I'm going to click Go. And we've got our palette here to work with. You've got a pencil, a paintbrush. You can type text. You can add shapes. This is your eraser. There's some pictures here. You can change the size and the color. And you'll see some different things as you go along too. So I'm going to make, I'm going to show you how to do this. So the idea is that you are, every frame, you're adding a little bit more to it to create the animation. So I'm going to start with a pencil, and I want my pencil to be about this thick. And I'm going to start with a green. And I'm going to draw just a little bit on the first frame. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to hit copy frame. So now I'm on to the second frame and I'm going to add to it. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. And then I'm going to do that again. Okay, now I'm going to add a leaf. If you haven't guessed yet, I'm drawing a flower. And I'm going to draw another leaf. All right, now I'm going to use another tool so you can see how that works to do the circle for my flower. So I'm going to click on the color that I want it to be. And I'm going to draw my circle, and I'm going to actually have to move it because it didn't go to the right place. So see how I selected that to move it? If I wanted to delete something, I could select it and then delete it. Okay, so now I've got my flower petal, my thing, and so now I'm going to hit copy frame again. So now I've got this. Now I'm going to add some petals. So I'm going to go back to, I'm going to click the paintbrush this time. And I'm going to make my petals pink. Okay? So same thing, I'm going to add a little petal, and then I'm going to hit copy frame, and another one, copy frame, copy frame, copy frame. All right, and then, so now I've got my flower the way I want my flower to look. I'm going to change the background. So up here at the top, you'll see that I can change the background. So I'm going to click on backgrounds, and they give me a few things that I can do. And if I don't like any of those, I could actually create my own background or find a picture to put it on. But I'm just going to use this background right here. And I'm going to click apply all frames. So now I've got my forest in the background of my flower. The other thing I can do is I can make my whole flower move together. So now I've got my flower built. Look what that looks like. Okay, but now I want my flower to move. So I can click the select button and select the whole flower. So now it's all in a box. And now I can make that flower do different things. So I can move it around. If I click on, so now, I didn't make it work. Sorry, I forgot one piece. So I got to select it all, forgot that. Then I have to click the lock, which locks it all into place. Now my flower will move as one. So here's my flower. Now I want to move it just a little bit to the side. So I'm going to see where it has a little curvy turn thing. I can turn it this way, hit copy frame. Then I can go back and turn it the other way. Hit copy frame. And I can do that same thing again. Turn it back around, copy frame. and then back to the middle again. Kind of tricky. If I don't, so copy frame. If I don't make sure that I have the little turning thing when I'm hovering, and if it's this will make it bigger, so I can make it bigger or smaller. And if it's this, it's going to move the whole thing sideways or, okay? All right, so now I did that. So now let's look at what we've got. Okay, now I'm going to add something else. So when I click on the images here, they've got some different images that you can choose from. I'm going to choose an animal, a bee. There's my bee. And I'm going to put my bee, whoops, sorry, just want the bee. Why is he staying? Just the bee. Uh-oh, my bee is stuck. Okay, so I'm going to take this bee and I'm going to do the copy frame, and then I'm going to move the bee a little bit closer, and a little bit closer, and a little bit closer. Then I'm going to make him fly out the other side. Oops. Yay! Okay, so now I've got my bee going across, so let's see what we got. Okay, so those are some of the things that you can do, and you can play around with the different things to see. You can clear a frame by clicking the X, you can start new here, you can undo here. If you want to remember what the last frame looks like, you can take a look that way. And that's about it. And so once you get it done the way you want, you're going to click Export as GIF. And when you do that, then you can click Full here. And it takes a few seconds for it to do it. So I'm going to click and let it. Okay, so once it's finished, the little Save button will come up. And you click Save. And you can just save it to your desktop, or you can save it to your file. And so you're going to save it, but you need to save it somewhere where you can remember it, because you're going to, so I'm going to put Martha Flower. Okay, so I can save that, and I'm saving it on my desktop. So now you've got it all done. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to our Google Classroom. I'm going to go back here. And you've got your assignment right here. You're going to click Open. And then where it says Add, you're going to click Add. And you're going to add a file. Okay? So now I have to find that file that I just created. So I'm going to click Select Files from my computer. And I'm going to find that file right there. And I'm going to click Open. And then I'm going to click Upload. Okay, so once you've done that, your picture will show up in there, and you can click Turn In. All right, that's how you are going to create your animation. You're going to work in here, you're going to get finished after you've done all your copying frames. You're going to click Export as GIF. You're going to save it to your desktop. Then you're going to go to here, you're going to click Open, you're going to add your image, and then you're going to hit Submit.